All right, everybody. MF Doom went against the powers that be, and they did everything in their power to take him down. MF Doom got his start back in 1988 when he formed a group called KMD and built a close friendship with MC Search of the legendary group Third Base. After landing a feature on Third Base's album, KMD secured a record deal with Elektra Records in 1993, and things were looking promising. But by the time they were ready to release their second album, MF Doom would be forced to pay a devastating price. His younger brother, DJ Subrock, was struck and killed by a car while crossing the Long Island Expressway.
How did you cope with that? What got you through this time in your life?
Yeah, actually, how it happened was we almost finished. We was just about done with the record, and then the accident happened. You know what I'm saying? Where Sub lost his life and whatnot. God bless. And then I finished the record. You know, I still went ahead and finished the record despite because only was a little bit more to do. So the way I dealt with it, I just kept it moving. You know what I mean? At the time, it just seemed like another thing, another obstacle to kind of like maneuver around. Or I had my mother and everybody. I had to like kind of be the one to be strong at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm the oldest out of all of us. He's my brother, younger than me, one younger. So I had to kind of like just take the reins at that point. I couldn't really think about it too much, especially with the whole thing with the deal being different, had to kind of like regroup and figure things out. So the way I dealt with it, just like how we deal with it, like keep.
And as if losing his brother was not enough, in the aftermath of Subrock's passing, KMD was dropped from Elektra Records entirely over the artwork they chose for their album cover.
See, there was a couple of different things that was going on, and some of the things was behind the scenes, some of the things was more up front, but it all kind of culminated into the agreement that we have with the label to be severed, But then you know what? At the same time, we had records out on the same label, like Cop Killer, Ice-T, and like there was a lot of controversial records at that time. I think it was more like, okay, is this product marketable? Can we sell this? You know what I mean? Because if they found a way to sell it, it wouldn't have been a problem. There was even some rock groups on there. I forget the name of the rock group. They had a cross with Jesus Christ with a goat head, and was real bugged out that maybe some people might see as offensive, or it had looking crazy, but they're selling millions of records at the time, so it wasn't as offensive as Like I say, it's a lot of behind the scenes things that go on with this thing. They didn't have a front story that. There's always a front story, but there's also a backstory, the real story, you know what I mean? Happens a lot in politics, it happens a lot in, in how this world is run in general, these, but anytime there's money involved and a lot of,
After being dropped from Elektra Records, he eventually landed a deal with Babito Garcia's label, Fondalem Records, and released his debut solo album, Operation Doomsday. MF Doom would continue building his catalog on the underground level and steadily gained a loyal following and serious notoriety overseas. It was not until the powers that be began to recognize that MF Doom was building real unity through his music that things started to shift against him. Shortly after establishing his presence, he was deported and forced to return to the United Kingdom in 2005, leaving his family behind in the process. By 2012, MF Doom had grown significantly in popularity through the internet, but when he attempted to return to the United States, he was denied re-entry, which ultimately led him to famously send stunt doubles to perform in his place at shows. Then, in 2014, MF Doom decided to break his silence and address the situation publicly. He spoke openly about how celebrities are used as objects of worship by the system, and also began touching on the subject of frequency.
To keep your sanity through all this?
It's a good question. It's a really good question. But if I had to answer that, I ask myself that every day. Right? And I don't have an answer when I ask it, but when you ask it now, it seems like an external person asked me, I feel like I can answer that question. How do I keep my sanity? A lot of it is meditation, being able to look within, silence, being able to be in quiet, stay away from a lot of these, extra low frequency ELF waves, and, stay away from these iPhones and just sometimes just get away from that, right? Nature, A little bit of Voov helps here, you know, here and there. And just children and family.
To be totally honest, have you put out some impersonators at any stage just to be at home with your kids?
Oh, that would be a good idea, actually. I wish I was home with them right now. An impersonator of a imaginary character is like, how could it be? It's almost like saying there's an impersonator of the Terminator. Oh, is Arnold Schwarzenegger really the Terminator? Or is the Terminator a character that Arnold Schwarzenegger sometimes plays? See, we deal with music, so music is sound. You know what I mean? Has nothing to do with who people see. This is another thing I do. Sight and sound. Once you train people to separate what you see from what you hear, it trains certain neurons in the brain to work differently. You see what I mean? Sight is different than sound. You know what I mean? So anything could be going on stage. You can have your eyes closed on stage. Are you hearing? What are you hearing? That's what, a lot of people nowadays want to see the guy, right? And it'd be like 10 people on stage and the sound ain't right. But what are they paying for? Just to see a guy walk around? Which borderlines like almost like worship. I don't really prescribe to worshiping no man. You know what I'm saying? I might sense somebody else to be the guy to stand there and be the actor. And I'll be the writer and the orator and the one who made the beat. I put the show together, all that. But the guy who's standing there is probably the most insignificant part of the whole show. But what I do that for is so people could snap that part of their brain out a little bit. So they say, wait, what did I come here for? Did I come here to see this guy and worship him or watch him walk around? Or did I come here to hear and, maybe see the idea or hear what he has to do? So whatever else I put on stage for the sight don't even matter. I could have 100 dancers up there like Hammer. I could have, I could be backstage rhyming and put something else on the stage. So it's what are you hearing? Sound. So, I'll do stuff like that just to get people to wake up. Because really it's all about the mask. I did it with the mask first. I thought that was enough. Okay, see the mask? Okay, cool. It's not me, it's the mask. But people are still a little bit brainwashed. Like the mind control of years and years and eons of government and politics and religion and what do you see? Like this picture of Jesus and this and what did he look like? It don't matter what he looked like. What did he stand for? You know what I'm saying? Because all that looks could change.
After releasing that statement publicly, MF Doom's days appeared to be numbered. In October of 2020, he began experiencing serious health issues and was hospitalized. His wife, Jasmine Dumail, came forward publicly and revealed that the hospital had placed him in a storage room rather than providing him with proper care. Some people believe the powers that be deliberately orchestrated his demise, pointing to the fact that his nurse call button was positioned completely out of his reach when he needed it most. On October 31st, Halloween night, MF Doom was pronounced dead. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Was MF Doom simply too wise and too aware for the music industry to allow him to keep operating freely? Or was it just his time to go? Drop your thoughts below.